White women are the best, easy to get along with, the most beautiful women in the whole entire world. They're absolute, the best. There isn't even a vote necessary. It's without question. White women are the most beautiful women in the whole entire world, and they're queens. That's it. It's very simple. It's not complicated. You can ask anybody, and the overall answer would be white women. Why? Because being with a white woman is the American dream. Being with a white woman is the American dream. White women are the American dream. They're perfect, beautiful Barbie queens.
While I find what he said to be incredibly sweet and a very nice compliment as a white girl, I only date white guys, so I can totally understand why black women would feel some type of way.
If men act like white women are cuter or better than black women or any other race of women, they're racist. And I called her a racist because she was being very nasty to me. She called me ugly. She was being mean because I was arguing with a bunch of men trying to defend this other white woman that was inciting misogynist war towards black women by saying that black women could not compete with white girls. Because, you know, racist white women who are over 20 love to infantilize themselves and call themselves white girls, even though they're basically women. You know, they're young, but they're still women, okay?
Now saying white girls is racist. Do you not see that this is part of the problem? The victim nonsense. Everything is racist. What you consider to be high-value men, they don't want to hear this victim shit. They're not into it. Not to mention the white boy, white girl thing started by y'all calling us that. Because you wanted to try and insult us, like calling us boy or girl instead of man and woman was some kind of insult. But unlike majority of black people, we don't get sensitive about words. We don't try and say, you can't say that because I'm so fragile. We don't do that. We actually thought it was cute, especially white girls. We thought it was cute, so we started saying it ourselves. And now you're mad because you don't want us to think it's cute. You want us to be mad about it, and we're not. That's your issue.
And that other white woman kept saying to me, no, it's not racist. And then I said, you're the racist. And she was like, how am I racist if my boyfriend is black? Even though she was talking down to me, talking about my appearance and making it known that she believes that men have the right to say that white women look better than black women. Because I explained to her that men having a preference for white women over black women is basically saying that black is ugly, black is inferior, and that black women are less feminine and womanly than white women.
She really proves your point for you, doesn't she? You're sitting here exhibiting the exact aggression that they're talking about. You're telling men, grown men, and you didn't even specify black men that time. So, I don't know, maybe you're telling all men that they can't have a preference. First of all, white men are always going to find white women more attractive. So you need to just swallow that one and shut up. But, as far as black men, there are certain types of black guys, I like to call them white black guys. They're not going to get along with a black girl. You guys don't have the same ideas, the same values. Black and white culture, at least today, is so vastly different. White people are raised to be polite and respectful and to consider other people around them. Not to be loud in a public setting because it disrupts others. Value for human life, that we don't try to kill somebody over the smallest disrespect or confrontation, that we fight one-on-one, that we don't jump people, that we don't run into stores 15 deep and rob the place, because we have foresight and we know that when you do that enough, that store is going to leave that area. And who does that hurt? The people that live in that area. Not to mention the no tipping. Not to mention the not putting your damn shopping cart back. I don't even care if you put it back correctly. Stop leaving it in the goddamn parking spot so other people cannot park there. So, black guys who are raised by a white parent or are mixed or just raised in a white neighborhood and they've been around white people their whole lives and I call them white black guys, who do you want them to date? I mean, I don't agree with interracial dating, so I don't know what the solution is. But they're never going to get along with a black girl. They're just not. Black culture does not support marriage. It doesn't support family. It supports criminality and making criminals rich and famous by supporting their music, donating to them when they murder people. I mean, come on.
Because she is a pick-me, and she gets delight out of men finding her more attractive than black women because she's insecure. And that's what a lot of racist white women do. They hold racist views and then run to the black community and start dating black men so they can look innocent and they can benefit off of things that black people have created. And when they say something slick or shady about black women, they can turn around and say, oh, I'm not racist. My boyfriend or husband is black. And, you know, I just don't like black women. Can't believe one black man several months ago told me that this one white woman wasn't racist. She just didn't like black women because apparently black women aren't humans, and that in order to be racist, you have to be violent and hateful towards black men.
Not liking you is not racist. When white people don't like you, sweetheart, it's because of you. It's not because of your skin color. It's because of the way you act. Black people are so far removed from actual racism that not only do they need to fake racist situations, we've seen plenty of that, but they don't actually know what racism is. They think it's when someone doesn't like you. They think it's if we don't like DEI. Has nothing to do with the fact that DEI is incredibly not fair, but also it's bad for everyone. How come every time they say, we have too many white men, and then they do DEI, we have catastrophic issues? Hiring based on merit is not racist. Not liking you is not racist. Racism is hating you solely based on your skin color and no other reason at all. The white girls that say, oh, it's because I have a black boyfriend, I'm not racist, they are insecure. They're so worried about being called racist, and they probably do use black men as a way to prove that they're not racist, which is gross and absolutely pathetic. But I'd be willing to bet that the concept of, I'm not racist, I just don't like black women, that came from the black guy they are dating. They did not imagine that on their own, because I've never once heard a white person ever say that.
Hey, where was you at? Why wasn't you? You didn't answer your phone. I don't care what you gotta say. Hey, where you at? Oh, traffic do be crazy at this time, for real. You hungry? Well, I made spaghetti, but if you want that, I can make that. We could just have double. Okay, baby, I'll see you soon. Love you. Can't wait to see you. That's why they like us.
Now, she's not wrong, but the way she's talking, is that natural? And this feeds into this whole black boyfriend effect thing. If you have to change the way you talk for him to like you, that's an issue. Now, it could just be that being around him, it rubs off on her. So clearly he's not a white black guy. So there's other kinds of black guys who date white girls. And she's not unattractive. So she's not the less attractive kind that they don't have any other options. And the black guys either date them because they think of white girls as a fetish, or they want the submissive in a negative way kind of girl that will pay for everything, do everything for them, and let the black guy walk all over them, let them drive their car. I tend to think that white women and black men are a bad match because black men tend to be overly aggressive, in my opinion. White women tend to be raised to be more gentle and not even submissive. I mean submissive in a biblical sense, but not submissive like you let some asshole walk all over you. But because we are raised to respect our men, some white girls get taken advantage of by black men. And I hear this, oh, I already made you spaghetti, I'll make you something else. And I feel like it really highlights the difference between white and black men. And I really think that black girls belong with black men and white girls belong with white men. And I really believe that not because of racism, so shut up, but because there's a lot of ways that black men act that I find super aggressive. The way they hit on me, it's straight to sexual shit. And white guys don't hit on me like that. And when I talk to black girls that I've been friends with, they find that shit cute. Like, they like that. And I can't understand it. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me at all. So, like, personally, I think that black men, on average, are going to be happier with a black woman. But this girl's not wrong. There's a growing number of black men who are being raised in white culture, not in a predominantly black area, and these men tend to be more successful, and they're not going to get along with like a stereotypical black girl. They're just not. And it's not racism. It's not trying to bash black girls. It's just, like this girl demonstrates, they're not going to be into the ghetto aggressive thing. You know what I mean? And obviously not all black women are like this. I don't agree with interracial dating. So I agree with these black girls that, this is shitty for them. Especially since it's no longer just like ghetto scumbag black guys dating white girls for bad reasons. It's now more successful, quote unquote, high caliber black guys who are dating white women because they get along better with them. They share the same values. They want marriage. They want kids. They don't want all this independent woman nonsense. And don't get me wrong, there's a bunch of white liberal women who have lost the fucking plot. But on average, most white women are not like that. So black women have grown up knowing, thinking, believing, seeing that, what's their favorite motto? Men ain't shit. But they've seen this with their own eyes. So it's black men's fault that they're the way that they are. A black girl grows up without a dad. What does that teach her? Men can't be depended on. She grows up in a single family thing. What does that teach her? That women have to do everything. So then she dates a black guy who acts in the stereotypical way, because those are the guys that you're most likely going to come across, especially as a black girl. Now, obviously not all black guys are like this, but on average, most black guys are the stereotypical black guys. That's why it's a stereotype. So they come across these guys that only reinforce this concept. So I think everybody needs to participate in the solution. Black girls need to acknowledge when they do find a decent guy that they need to chill a little bit. And black guys especially need to start treating women better, especially black women. They want to defend black women to a white person, but then they go home and treat their woman like shit. You know how many times I get hit on by a black guy and I tell them I have a boyfriend or whatever, and they're like, yeah, me too. What? What is that supposed to gain you? You just told me that if I ever dated you, you'd cheat on me. Are you fucking kidding me? But then you blame black girls for being aggressive. This is what they're dealing with. And then the more successful black guys want white girls. So what are they left with? The stereotypical black guy. In and out of jail. Doesn't want marriage. Uses terms like baby mama. 4 different kids with 3 different women. Out in the streets all night.
Videos on TikTok with white women and black men. Black women. You see what happens when you smile? You see what happens when you don't smile or don't respect us, like in public or at school or at work? You see what happens? You see what's going on right now, white, and then you telling white women, oh, why are y'all with them? How are y'all getting these good brothers? How are y'all sitting out here getting black men? Like, what are we doing wrong? What do you mean what are you doing wrong? You've been doing it wrong for over 20 years. You strong, independent, and don't need us, right? You don't need the good ones. But see, this is what you was doing. You was going to go get Pookies and Ray Rays and yo, homie, yo. But see what happened? It caught up to you. White women been telling y'all. Now white women are saying, don't you tell us how to do what your men did because you wasn't doing nothing. Because us successful black men, we have the options. But see, black women over 30, y'all don't have the options. You strong independent though, right?
Now, I included the men and the woman's perspective, not only to be fair, but because I want everybody to date their own fucking race. So can you guys figure it out and leave us out of it?
I used to date nothing but white girls in high school because I remember being told I was blackest and ugly by black girls. So then when I dated the white girls, you know what they told me? I was a sellout for dating the white girls. But hold on, the white girl told me my skin color was pretty. It looked like chocolate to her. To you, it was ugly and it looked dirty. And you black like me. Then I got to college. I said, okay, I found black women attractive. There was a whole lot of them downtown Atlanta. So I remember walking up to this black girl who was walking at little 5 Points. I walked behind her and I said, excuse me, miss, because I thought I could talk to black girls the way I talk to white girls. Be really nice and friendly and cordial to them. I said, excuse me, miss. She didn't say anything. I thought, she must couldn't hear me. I said, excuse me, miss. She stopped, turned around and did me like this. I know you didn't, and walked off.